This poem is called Tapeworms. Basil thought he had a tapeworm in his intestines because mother always scolded him. Why are you so skinny? Do you have a tapeworm or something? No, he didn't have a tapeworm. Basil was just born premature, and that's just how things turned out. Basil wasn't bullied often at school, but home was another story. Mother bullied him because he was weaker, skinny, and small. So, suggesting he had a tapeworm, something he knew nothing about, only sounded like he had something terrible. The suggestion coming from the adult his mom was yet another phobia added to his meek, unconfident demeanor. So the tapeworm grew in Basil's mind. And despite the second helpings at dinner, Basil was not gaining weight. And that only meant that the tapeworm was growing, absorbing everything he ate, maybe even having tapeworm babies that sucked away all his nutrition. Basil thought worrily about his future because he wanted to one day have a pretty wife. Maybe he'd even marry his childhood friend who lived next door. Goldilocks wasn't her real name. That's just what Basil's siblings and family called her teasingly. And Goldilocks would start crying because she didn't like to be teased. So Basil would stick up for her and stare at his family with scrunched eyebrows and a stiff upper lip. Basil was born premature, but he could muster quite a bit of anger and drama despite his meager size. And that made up for a lot. And Goldilocks liked him even more for standing up for her. As Basil watched Goldilocks fill her small black patent leather shoes with sand, the thought occurred to him, if maybe she too thought he was skinny. He worried that she may find out he had a tapeworm. So, what would Basil tell his wife one day? How would he break it to her that all his life he lived with a tapeworm inside him? The mentioning could cause some problems, the way Basil observed normal day-to-day adult problems to come between his mom and dad. So how would he get rid of the tapeworm? Basil wondered, pondered, worried. He even went to the elementary school library and looked up anything on tapeworms. Tapeworms were parasites that grew inside a host and usually found the intestines of humans to be a suitable environment. Tapeworms could enter the body through usually beef that wasn't cooked properly. A person could have a tapeworm and not even know it. The main symptom that one had a tapeworm was weight loss. Goodness gracious, was that what he had? Maybe there was a whole colony of tapeworms inside him, ready to suck all his life from him. But Basil was clever. He was clever. And luckily, Basil grew up in a household that devoured chili like Mexicans. So Basil experimented, ate plenty of chili, put Tabasco sauce on everything, and put extra jalapenos on his nachos. That would burn up them tapeworms. And he took extra helpings of the green and red enchiladas his mother cooked up. He was intaking some of the meanest chili for a kid his age. And that was a comforting thought. No more, thought Basil. He had found a cure. No more tapeworms. No more.